Hi, I'm Liquid Amber Girl, and I just got back from the Ohio Wine and Grapes Conference in Columbus, Ohio. While I was there, I found a Lowe's that had a great selection of succulents, and so I brought home lots of little wonderful plants, and I thought I might share them with you. Join me.
Liquid Amber Girl Gardening.
Okay, so we'll get right to it. This little beauty is tiger jaws. Its scientific name is Falcaria tigrina, and it's the very first succulent that I saw when I was in the store, and I snatched it right up. I've always wanted to own one of these and have never, so I was excited to see it, and on top of that, it was in bloom, so I was absolutely in love. The teeth on this are really pretty impressive. And the deep green color of the leaves, I think it'll make a beautiful contrast if I use this piece with other succulents in an arrangement, and it'll be just as gorgeous if I have it in a pot all by itself. And of course, you know me by now probably, I cannot pass up a split rock when I see it, especially one like this that has its bud and it's ready to open and bloom. Can't wait for that to happen. It looks like it's going to be yellow when it does open up, which is very common for this type of plant. Its scientific name is Pleospilos nellii, and it is just really beautiful, kind of a grayish color with green speckles. I know it's really hard to see on this camera, but it is just always something. If I see a split rock, I'm going to snatch it up. I just think they're the coolest plants on the planet. I chose this gorgeous bright yellow for obvious reasons. It just makes me feel like spring. This is a golden sedum called Sedum adolphii, and it is shaped a lot like the Sedum adolphii firestorm I have some of, except that's a deeper green with orange or red almost highlights along the edges of the leaves. This is just so bright yellow, it almost looks like Sedum golden glow. The only difference being that this adolphii has those elongated, they're just longer leaves. So pretty. Even though it doesn't look like it, this is also a type of sedum. This is Sedum hernandezii. It's so cute. The little leaves are shaped kind of like jelly beans, and that dark green color is going to be so perfect in an arrangement with other plants, other succulent plants, because most of them, I think, or at least most in my collection, have kind of a bluish green cast, and this is definitely all green. I love it. It almost looks like a jade with its dark stems in the center. Really neat. This is called Aloe California. The label says that it's a hybrid. It doesn't list any parent plants or anything like that, but I just got it because I really like the markings, and also the only type of aloe I've ever purchased before is an aloe vera plant, and I thought it was high time that I start collecting some aloes. The markings are really beautiful on this. The teeth are kind of cool, almost like a snake's teeth, almost backwards facing, and I just really liked it. These, of course, are some more lithops, and the species, the scientific name is not on the label, so I'm not sure specifically what they are. I just really liked them. They are literally the tiniest little lithops plants that I've ever seen, and I bought two of them because I like the way that they clump together, and I want to pot them up that way, just kind of like in a big mass. And hopefully they'll continue dividing and just turn into a whole colony, which I love. Really excited about them. I love the little windows that they call on the top, the part of the bilobe that actually takes in sunlight. They're so patterned, and each one is completely unique, and I think that's really special. I always go for the plants that have purple casts to them, and this one for sure does, even though it's not probably showing up too well on this camera, and I'm sorry. I even changed the light to take pictures and just cannot really do it justice. It's so beautiful. This is Pachyvaria powder puff, And I have lots of Pachyvarias in my succulent collection, but I don't have any that have this purple pinkish cast to them. The plant itself is a little bit more gray-blue normally, but when you give them more sun, brighter light, I guess I should say, they will have kind of a lilac almost color to them, and so beautiful. Can't wait to use this one in an arrangement. Here's another pretty bright green. I love the color, almost like lime. And on top of being so beautiful, it's also a really nice plant to touch. It's almost as soft as a kalanchoe plant. So it's pleasing to touch and to look at. And obviously it's called bear's paws because of the shape of the leaves that have kind of like a teeth at the end of the leaf margin. The scientific name for this plant is Cotyledon lattimesiensis. I'm not really sure why, but this plant is called Echeveria minima. I'm not sure if it's because in maturity, maybe these rosettes don't get any bigger than they are, but as of right now, the rosette on this is about the same size as all of the other Echeverias that were around it. So I guess time will tell, and I can do some research and get back to you on that if you're interested to know. I liked this plant because it kind of looks like a sempervivum, even though it's not, and the coloring on it is absolutely gorgeous, kind of a gray-blue with maroon or purple leaf margins, and so it's just really nice. It also has some little pups on the side, which really attracted me to it. I only got one other Echeveria, and it's this one, which is Echeveria elegans Mexican Snowball, and it's so gorgeous. I just love it. It does still have that blue color, but almost a whitish cast to it, and again, I apologize. The camera really just isn't doing it justice at all. And this is one of those Echeverias that really can get huge, like dinner plate size, if it gets enough age on it. So I'm looking forward to having this Echeveria for a very, very long time. If you enjoy putting together succulent arrangements, you should really have one of these plants. This is Senecio blue chalk sticks. And it's great in arrangements, I think, because not just the color, which is that really pretty blue-green, but also because of the height that it offers. So many succulent plants are kind of low growing, especially if you're like me and you use a lot of cuttings that you've grown yourself. But this doesn't have that at all. It has nice height, so it works really well in the center or at the back part of your arrangements. My dog Matilda is sitting on my lap, and sometimes she just can't resist getting in and giving these plants a good sniff. The final plant in my plant haul is this gorgeous thimble cactus. I really like this plant because of the way that it grows. I can put it in a pot that's kind of larger than it is, and it's going to fill it up pretty quickly because it's a prolific grower. Wherever I put it, it's just going to keep on spreading until I have an entire mat of thimble cacti, and I really like that. The little babies aren't really sharp at all, so if you're afraid of cacti, maybe you can get some of the smaller ones. It's the larger ones that you have to look out for. I got a pretty good stick from one earlier. The scientific name for this plant is Mammillaria gracilis fragilis. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to know more information about any of the plants that were in this video, give me a comment below so that I know what you would like to see next. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe for a new video each week. Have a great week, everyone.
Liquid Amber Girl Gardening.